Welcome back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 4, Chapter 191. We're picking up tonight in the city of Kathir on the third day of the month of Gozrin, the year 4719. We're in the barracks of the stewards of the vault. It's quiet, of course, almost always very quiet now. The steward's watch is just about to end, after all, and this building is in a moment of transition between the past and the future. A state of change and flux. And speaking of changes, we see a tawny little weasel come racing down the second floor hallway. Not a weasel, technically, of course. A mongoose, actually, is how meerkats are apparently classified. Frederick has the zoomies, and he's speeding back and forth up and down the hallways, and then he suddenly stops, stands up on his hind legs, holds his arms straight down in front of him in that very particular, very adorable posture that they have. He looks around, sniffs, blinks, torques his ears a little, this way and that. After that tears to wine that he partook of, he's crazy alert at the moment. And then suddenly he's off, back down the hall, the way he'd just come, down the stairs, clickety-clackety, clickety claws careening off stone to bank a right-angle turn, and then off he goes, zipping into the front office, just in time to see as, baff, Theraval steps out of fucking nowhere, holding the hand of an old lady. Now, they both seem pretty calm, so Frederick is pretty confident things must be going according to plan, wherever Neb had gone with the group. Excellent! Back to patrolling! Frederick zooms off, and Kaklatoth squeezes Theraval's hand. My son. She's speaking in Taldane, but then suddenly Theraval's got alien voice directly inside of his skull, and you're processing it as the Elven language, but you know it's not.
Do you prefer I speak to you in this manner or with Ilari's voice?
Please. Ilari's voice, I think, will be more conducive to a calm conversation. The speech directly in my head can be disorienting.
Oh, of course. May I? Now, she's kind of looking around in an unfocused fashion. You know, her eyes are so cloudy. She does seem even a little more confused now at the moment. What is this place? I don't remember it.
We are in the city of Kathir, in the barracks of the stewards of the vault. Do you recall the Mysterium?
I don't remember any of this. My brain function is so sporadic. I must reach my body. I can't jump from here, but if you just get me close enough, I can switch back and my faculties will be greatly enhanced. Why are we here? What are we waiting for?
The others you have spoken to are still in Blossoming Thorn in the city of Okano. They have business they must complete before they will return here. I am not able to take you where you need to go. We definitely need them to be with us, so we have to wait for them to return.
But you know that we must go. The wards are failing. Do you know about the polyps on the wards?
Yes, I do.
And how do you know?
You told me in my dreams, and to the other companions, you have only spoken to me in a dream once. You have spoken to the others significantly more, and you have relayed to them the entire history of the Yithians' time on this world of Galarian.
I have done no such thing. Why would I do that? They've always known about the wards.
They know because you told them.
Are you certain? Do you insist that this has happened? I show you my history?
Yes. Pandora says you reached out 5 times over 5 different nights.
You're sure?
Yes.
Their face is very troubled. They seem really nervous about this piece of information. Close their eyes, cock their head a little off to the side, with eyes closed. Very well. If you insist, I will show you all. If it is true that I already did. When is now? When is now? When is... Drawn a sharp breath. Eyes pop wide open. They look around as if they can actually see, but as if they'd momentarily forgotten where they were. It worked. Why do I do this? I already asked for their help. That wasn't enough.
I think they didn't trust you, or didn't know if we should trust you.
You will doubt my motivations? After all we've been through?
We've only just met.
We haven't been through it yet. When is now? When is now? Very well, I will show you if you insist. Do I say anything else?
You tell us from us to ask you about your theories.
And we'll leave them to get settled. And jump continents from Kazmaran to Garoond and pick up the action atop Blossoming Thorn, where the fight has been going pretty wildly in your favor up till now, but we did just hit 2 little hiccups, and we'll find out how they impact the situation. So hiccup 1 is this Knoll Witch, or Buddha as they're called, that teleported onto the scene and just blasted Gripper for a bunch of fire damage. Hiccup 2 is that Bash just had a misfire with Vanity, and based on some chatter I was hearing after we turned the mics off last time, Johnny, you may or may not have a way to clear that right now, or have you burned through your grit? What's the deal there?
Okay, so I was really worried because I am currently down to 0 grit points. Because I had
blowing
been
it for long distance shot.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay,
I was increasing the touch distance, and I was like, oh, that's not good. So then I look up my quick clear deed. It says, as a standard action, remove the broken condition from a single firearm you are currently wielding, as long as that condition was gained by a firearm misfire. You must have at least 1 grit point to perform this deed. Alternatively, if you spend 1 grit point to perform this deed, you can perform quick clear as a move equivalent action instead of a standard action. And I'm like, I don't have any grit points. So then I was like, how can I get grit points? And guess what? The only way you can get a grit point is by either killing something or getting a crit.
Crit, right.
I'm like, but
Can't
to
crit with a
do
broken
that,
gun.
I have a broken gun, which means that it's more likely to just explode. But then I remembered action points.
So you can use an action point to spend it like a grit point.
That's correct.
That's awesome. Okay, great. Well then, good. So, I was momentarily a little worried.
I was seriously concerned.
Because that's a lot of damage out of your half of this fight for a while.
Yes.
So before we jump back in, let me refresh everyone on the scene here. Dabwick is currently Dino-Wick with a dire hyena in their mouth down near 5 o'clock on our circular map here. The hyena in their mouth and the other one menacing them have both taken hits and are both well past the bloodied point. Quite suddenly not looking quite like the major threats they may have felt like mere seconds ago when you were beneath them. Gripper is at the south at 6 o'clock, still 14 feet tall and flanking with a Garalian.
Thank you.
They've already dropped 2 of Biting Lash's personal guards, and only 1 remains sandwiched between them, along with this mercenary woman that Grip suggested join your side in order to secure her survival. Most of the western half of this map is mired in entangling vines, and 2 of Biting Lash's guards are bound up in there, the fucknuts. A big chunk of the northern part of this map, specifically the area surrounding one of the only 2 staircases onto this level, it's covered in black tentacles, and 6 gnolls are mired in there, filled with the supernatural fear coming off of those witchy tentacles. There are 2 more dire hyenas and 1 more personal guard way up to the north at noon, but they do not have an obvious path to join this fight. Pandora is floating invisibly down near 7 o'clock or so. Bash and Neb are both floating near the center of our map in the air over that 60-foot drop down to the yard, where those 2 guards have been trying to hit them with longbows, and there's a whole bevy of prisoners lying on the ground down there. So as Grip recoils from the hellfire that just lit him up, it is the remaining gnoll guard's turn. So she turns in a fury on the mercenary and yells, "Traitor!" in a Syriani and starts swinging her scimitar at her.
Oh, no.
Or falchion.
You don't have to be a dick about it.
18 on the die, which is, yes, a critical threat. Critical hit. For 32 points of damage. Second attack. 19 on the die. Second critical hit.
Uh-oh. I'm glad she's there.
Ooh. And she drops. The mercenary woman is dead. The personal guard trods on her corpse to close with Gripper.
Is that moving within my threatened area?
That's a 5-foot step. And goes after you with a bite. Oh my god, y'all. Natural 20.
Come on.
18, 19, 20. Okay, not a critical hit. But the teeth sink in.
And what happens?
Oh. Okay, so Johnny, as Gripper... Oh, fuck. I had actually forgotten. As Gripper...
Let's just take a moment to be grateful that the mercenary woman died.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, actually?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's all for the best.
Yeah.
So, as Gripper takes 5 points of slashing damage from these teeth, what happens, Johnny?
Okay. You imbue your blood with corrosive acid. Anytime you take piercing or slashing damage, a spray of acidic blood spurts from your body in the direction of the opponent who inflicted the wound, dealing 1d6 points of acid damage per caster level. 11d6 for those of you who are counting. Reflex half. This spurt travels in a 10-foot line, damaging the first creature or object it touches with no splash damage. After it contacts a creature or object, your acidic blood continues to burn that creature for 1 round, dealing 1d6 points of acid damage per 2 caster levels, or 5d6 acid damage. A second successful reflex save negates this additional damage.
Wow. What's that called?
Caustic blood.
Caustic.
Reflex save. 10.
Oh, that's a big fat fail.
And tell me again what that damage is?
That's
11d6.
So let's see. I'm going to look up a roller for this.
I've got one cooked right here.
You want to use it? All right, roll it up. 11d6.
That's for 42 points of acid damage.
And she's dead.
Yay!
Oh, that
She's
feels
dead,
weird,
wondering-
but great.
What just happened?
What even is going on?
Why
mean-
am I dead?
Yeah, there's no way you're going to make a reflex save when you've literally, bit onto... Where did they bite you, Grip? On the arm, the hand?
I think it's probably on the arm, probably bicep or forearm or
But you're twice her height. I think it's
Oh.
got to be the leg.
Then maybe the leg or
upper
hip
thigh
or
or
hip,
hip
yeah.
or something. Yeah. Mouth on you is suddenly filled with acid, sprays the gnoll backwards onto the corpse of 2 of her kind, and then one of the fucknuts in the entanglement, breaks free, steps out, gulps, noticeably and appears to be contemplating her life choices. And that brings us to Pandora. Okay, so a lot of things have changed since your last round. The noticeable big thing is the addition of the witch here.
Yeah. Pandora does not like the witch, but she is concerned. You have made many rolls of things shooting arrows and laughed like, good luck, buddy, trying to hit this person.
Oh, like when
every
it's bashed,
single
yeah.
one of those would have hit me.
Of course.
So I'm wary about becoming visible, but I have a thing. So, doing a little math, which she cannot fail thanks to Tears to Wine. Pandora.
Another thing that also locks
Yeah.
in. That's so great.
Pandora is going to cast Mind Thrust 5 on the witch, the enemy witch, not Neb,
Which witch?
and will spend 3 points of her Phoenix pool to make it a space-rending spell.
Ooh, where are you gonna go?
I'm going to go over the lip of the fortress.
On the outside?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sort of just... I'm still on there. To sort of like hide.
Yep. Ducking down behind the crenellated battlements
Yeah.
there so nobody can see you.
So basically what happens is she silently casts a spell on the witch, appears briefly, then disappears again
Yeah, just like a
to where no one can see her.
flicker.
Yeah, just a brief flash of Dora, like
Oh,
a Fight Club frame of
Yeah,
Tyler.
you have to
Durden.
freeze it
Yeah.
to be able to see her, right?
And
That's
probably
cool.
someone who knows spells would be thinking something in the lines of improved invisibility, where it's like,
Yeah.
you're probably still there because I
Let's
briefly
hope
saw you. Yeah,
that
we'll
is
see.
what they are thinking.
All right, I'll you a will save. 20.
That's a fail.
That's not a great roll for her.
So I'm going to roll the spell and then I'm going to add a d8 for arithmancy. 53 points of damage.
Ooh!
And it is fatigued for 1 round.
She's fatigued.
Unless this creature doesn't have an intelligence score.
Oh, she has an intelligence score. She's a witch. Okay, so fatigued and
So I'm helping.
Now bloodied. You sure did. She is now bloodied. And she still right now is in the wild shape of a hyena, floating in midair, but now like howling in pain and rage as the inside of her skull is lit up with pain. Speaking of witches, Neb, you are fairly close to her, and she's looking quite hurt. You're both hovering in the air. How hurt are you? Just a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm hurt a little bit. I was going to do one thing, but I might do another thing.
Those are some fun cones I'm seeing.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
super fun cones.
Let me zoom out a little bit. This is a 60-foot cone I'm trying to...
Japers!
You can get all of them.
60-foot cone?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Paul? Why are both of your characters so annoying? 80
I don't know.
foot entanglement,
I would get the
60 foot
guys with
cones.
bows if you can. Yeah.
Oh god,
You don't want to get the captives over there either, so
That's a good cone right there.
that
that's a
feels like
cone that starts 5 feet away from the witch, so you might provoke if you cast from there. You'll have to cast defensively.
Then again,
that.
your shirt is red.
Your shirt is red.
Or you could just make it 10 feet, 5 feet less.
You know, still
Oh
moving.
god, it still works.
It still works.
And you got more this time.
You get a little of that guy in there,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at a 60-foot cone that starts 10 feet away from the witch, includes the witch, all 6 of the Knoll soldiers in the black tentacles, the personal guard, one of the hyenas, basically everything over there except for one lone hyena and one lone fucknut.
Yeah.
Is that what I was calling
We're
them?
also
Fucknuts, yeah.
like enamored of area effect damage. like
We've been without it
don't
for
have
so
any. It's
long.
like-
We
it's
literally
so
haven't had
cool.
any
We're all,
for
like,
so long.
weeping with joy.
So Neb,
Is it damage, though? We'll
Oh,
see.
yeah, it
What
might
is
not
the
be.
effect?
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay.
So Neb flies about 20 feet to the northeast, almost directly in front of the.
Rob's face.
I forgot that you have Cone of Cold. Oh, fuck. This is going to be a disaster for them.
And
Sorry to steal your thunder. Is that what you're doing?
yeah, Neb's going to cast Cone of Cold.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
we're all sorry, Paul, but that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's all right. A bunch of ones in that damage roll, but reflex save for half is 22.
The witch fails. The guard fails. Those 6 gnolls have to roll a natural 20. Only one did. So that is... Oh, and the hyena. Hyena.
Just the one hyena.
Fail.
Oh my god.
Everybody fails except for one terrified, panicked guard. What's the damage here?
30 points of cold damage, half of which would be 15.
I love the idea of all these gnolls just dropping, except
Frozen.
for one.
Frozen solid.
Yeah, except for one of them. I was just looking around at like.
Now
what?
even more scared.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he can,
Just happened to
if he
my
just
friend.
pretends to be frozen himself, maybe he'll get out of this. That's what I'd do.
The hyena, floating in midair, this Buddha, her dead body falls 60 feet to a bone-crunching heap on the floor of the yard below.
Does it change shape out of from?
No, that's the thing about Buddhas. They don't change shape when they die. They actually stay this way.
Ooh.
And her name, not that you had any cause to learn it, but just for posterity's sake, Nethgir, the Dread Witch and Biting Lash's sister, by the way, is now dead. So this is the moment where the tide really does turn, because the inhabitants of this place, Biting Lash's small army of gnolls, they have suddenly found themselves in a absolutely brutal situation. Blossoming Thorn is designed as a cage, really, only one way in and out unless you possess the ability to fly, which none of the gnolls do. And each point where you change floors is, of course, like a stronghold, a tiny, tight choke point designed to give huge advantage to whoever holds the higher ground, which is absolutely, let's be fucking honest, you all. And the two primary figures of both inspiration and terror to everyone in the building, captives and the captors, frankly, are now dead. All the heavy hitters on the roof are down, except for just these couple of fucknuts about to give up and completely mired in vines. Red shirt gnolls are spilling up the stairs, but now one of those stairs is engulfed in tentacles, and now the corpsicles of other gnolls. And 3 of the scorpions are useless, completely mired in vines or tentacles.
Scorpions.
The giant crossbow thing. So like even they can't even get to their
yeah.
siege weapons to try to hit the dinosaur.
Do those even point in? Can you point those inside?
Not effectively. They could
Yeah,
try.
yeah.
And there's a 30-foot-long dinosaur biting dire hyenas in half. This team up of a 10-foot-tall 4-armed gorilla and a 14-foot-tall hulked-out gripper. This like slight dead-eyed man in a hat hovering in the open air, releasing explosions from his hands, and a rat witch that just killed their own witch. And so those couple of them that are alive up there now have reason to suspect that there's maybe even somebody else on your team, and they have no idea where the fuck she is. And so down in the yard, there's now 16 prisoners and only 2 guards. And while the guards have their eyes on the skies and have been ineffectively trying to attack Bash, once Nethgir falls, the prisoners make a move. So give me a name of one of these prisoners, Katie.
Jai Alafea.
And where are they from?
They're from Sukri.
Jai is the one that starts it. He, she, they.
Makes sense. It's male.
He makes eye contact with a few of his fellows, and without warning, they spring. And 16 on 2, when the 2 don't even have melee weapons drawn at the moment, begins to go pretty quickly, exactly how you would expect. Meanwhile, down in the stables, there are 3 prisoners organizing supplies and 3 mucking stalls as 7 soldier gnolls go hastily charging towards the ramp to the 2nd floor. They're following the alarm bell. However, there's at this point, a whiff of chaos in the air, right? So, Polly, give me a name.
Garrick Brune.
Where's Garrick from?
Garrick's from Sadek.
Garrick is the one that sets off a little chain reaction here. There's a choke point between the stables and this narrow room lined with cells, and Garrick happened to have been mucking stalls down near the end of the room. So while the armored hyena men go thundering by and, air quotes, accidentally dropped mop across the doorway causes just enough of a momentary clusterfuck, just everybody screeching to a little bit of a halt, that there's a pileup, a brief pileup. And as all eyes are on the pileup, give me a name, Robert.
Ovendar Theod.
Where's Ovendar from?
He's a one-eyed former smith for Mayesh.
One-eyed Ovendar, up near the cages, surreptitiously undoes the latch to a couple of doors. And suddenly the abused and malnourished dire tiger and dragon are free in a room filled with a bunch of camels, and a pileup turns into what will very briefly be a short bloodbath and a stampede, all of which wakes up the slumbering basilisks, plural, causing the gnolls on the front end of the mess to have to close their eyes and slow the fuck down for their own safety, further increasing the pileup. Meanwhile, on the other side of the first floor, in the holding cell right outside of where Pandora and Neb had just been, like 18 seconds ago, the 22 captives in that room, they had just found themselves untended after Nethgir dimension doored up to the roof. Johnny, give me a name.
Sergeant Samira Farouk.
Sergeant Samira Farouk. Where's she from?
Kulo.
No. Sergeant Samira sees her moment. She has spent the better part of the last week working the bolt that holds her chains to the floor. She'd finally worked it free a few days earlier, but it had no opportunity to do anything with this. But there's now a stampede and chaos and no witch in the room, so she yoinks her chains out of the floor and makes her move towards the gnoll who just rang the alarm bell and is now watching the dire tiger and dragon. And with a simple push from behind into the panicking camels, he is done for. Meanwhile, the scene on the second floor at this point is also chaos. So there's a big messy pileup of gnolls at the two stairways because now it's a clog on both of those. And the 8 sub-lieutenants, which is a subset of gnolls you all haven't even seen yet, they've been racing towards this growing pileup at the western stairwell, but a couple in the rear, they have eyes through the arrow slits facing into the yard. They see Nethgir go down. They see the 16-on-2 mob scene down on the ground, and combine this with the screaming and the dying of all of their military superiors from the floor above that they've been hearing for the last 30 seconds or so, and the sound of a dinosaur, and the sound of a gorilla, and the sound downstairs of wild animals going to town on their companions below. All it really takes is for just one of them on that floor to break, and I mean really, really break. And just one of those gnoll sub-lieutenants blanches at what she's seeing and hearing and recognizes that if the animals downstairs don't have anywhere to go, they're going to go up towards them. So she makes eye contact with the two dudes manning the portcullis controls and hollers out, "Open the gate!" So if we were just playing for kicks, drinking beer and eating pizza, maybe we would tactically play out the rest of this fight. It would probably take 3 or 4 more sessions to mow through the 40-odd remaining gnolls. But since we're sharing this tale with an audience, 6 or 7 full episodes of just grinding through red shirts is not something I think we need to do. Let's tell the story of this point forward in another way. So, since we landed here, I've had my eyes on this very specific moment when all of the named enemies, the highly leveled serious threats, and specifically Biting Lash and her sister went down. And the questions I had in mind to ask myself at this point were, number 1, how long did it take? Less than 4 rounds. Number 2, how much damage have you all sustained? Bash and Pandora at full. Dabuk's just down 8. Neb and Gripper are still at like 70%. Number 3, is the situation under control or teetering on chaos? It is under control. And number 4, how many resources did you have to use? Well, we're not even fully 4 rounds in, so few spells in the fight. Grip's blown through a ton of stamina, but that's recoverable.
Very buffed.
You're very, very buffed. So let's figure out together what happens here. It's looking like there's about to be a mass exodus of gnolls. Do you want to let them flee, like barking and pissing themselves out into the city? Do you want to try to get down to the portcullis controls and box them in and try to take them all out? We have now achieved 2 of our main objectives already. We've rescued Klototh and we've taken out Biting Lash. Is it time to focus on the corpse orgy? What would you do at this moment here? You're on top.
Is it to our advantage if they go running out into the city or not? I can't decide.
Would I be able to see like what's going on with this portcullis from where I am flying in the center of the pit?
No, you do not have eyes on it.
Okay.
But you absolutely 100% hear it being lifted up because it's noisy. So you would have...
At what point in the clock is it below?
It's below... kind of below you, Katie. It's like at 7 o'clock. So Johnny, Bash never saw it get dropped, but would have heard it, and can't see it going up, but can hear it, and obviously knows that sound very well. It's quite loud. It's 30 feet tall, after all.
And is that an entrance? Is there an entrance from the circular pit to that?
Yes, right below where you are, basically.
I think that he would go and jam it and not let anybody out. I don't think he wants anyone to escape.
You're going to box him in?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody on board with that?
So
I
we're
am.
killing every last gnoll in here, right?
The goal, his goal was to burn this place to the ground, and no one in this place is innocent.
Is Dynawick participating in the slaughter?
Dynawick will send the Gorillan to aid, and will work to ensure the safety of those escaping.
So at the moment,
No one's escaping.
what you're seeing is...
We're letting the prisoners get out.
You're seeing
aren't we?
gnolls try to flee, and the captives here are mostly trying to get out of the way of the mayhem. And from the ones you can see in the yard, it does not look like their intention is to run out into the streets, because that actually might be the most dangerous thing they could do for their own personal safety. They might
Maybe
just get nabbed by someone
corral
else.
and get them out of the way.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a bunch trapped in your entanglement. You could maybe not. You want to go help them in the tent?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about Gripper?
He's participating.
What about Neb
Neb is participating.
and Pandora?
Pandora is joining Dabwick.
So then we can picture up on the top floor here another 3 or 4 rounds of Dabwick and Pandora helping the folks trapped in the entanglement, while the rest of the team starts going to town on the folks that are up here, and there's very few left. Moving down to the next floor down, there is quite a messy pileup.
I just have this image of Grip just like wading into these gnolls and just like
Bring it on.
On the second floor.
Yeah.
And it's just sprays of body parts and acid in all directions. So Gripper will take some damage, and we'll figure out exactly how much when we're done here. But the number of hit points you're dealing out relative to the number of hit points they have, and one of these acid sprays going off is going to take out 1, possibly 2 of them that do even manage to hit you. The first level would get to the point while Bash is hovering in the air, picking off gnolls that are coming across the yard to try to get out, where the Dire Tiger and Dragon do appear. So the Dragon is this giant lion-shaped thing with the wings and scales of a brass dragon that is absolutely looks maltreated and enraged, and its wings have been bound up so it can't fly.
Let's let that one out on the street.
And when those two things come out into the yard, where at this point there are only prisoners left, and they're trying to get out, they're heading for the exit hallway. How would you handle that, John?
let it go. Let them.
Let the tiger and the dragon
Yeah, I mean,
go.
they can't be reasoned with, and I don't have the ability to contain them safely.
So we're picking off any gnolls that try to make for the exit, but we're letting those two things go.
Absolutely.
The first floor would have a little bit of complication. You would be told by the point that you got down there one of the prisoners. Give me somebody else's name. So Gripper is going to run into somebody else.
Celise.
Celise. Gripper runs into Celise hiding between two of the barracks chambers on the second floor, totally staying out of the way, and seeing as you all are moving towards the next ramp down, very quickly let you know the basilisks are kept at the bottom of the ramp. So making your way down there, I can picture like taking a blind fight, keeping your eyes closed.
We're in contact with one another, and I have an extract of echolocation, and if he's in the right place,
So
I can literally...
The room he would be in, Johnny, has an arrow slit out to like 10 feet from where you are.
Don't even need to do that. I just pop it into...
No,
Theraval has it.
Theraval has the
Theraval.
other one.
Okay.
in case we needed to
That's
have
right.
Frederick
That's
pop
right.
his head
we
in.
We do that. In that case, if there is an arrow slit, then I will
100%.
fly over and go, here, use this.
And that's a what?
Echolocation.
Echolocation. So
I don't need to take blind fight then.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
So bat-eared Gripper leading the charge down the stairs.
Finally get to learn what it's like.
Is Neb focusing on hexes? What's Neb using in this particular foray here? Evil eyeing left and right,
Yeah.
debuffing.
Yeah.
Some ice tombs. Because those don't you can use those an infinite number of time of day, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I can't split them or enhance them, but I...
Oh God. So a bunch of like split evil eyes onto like debuffing multiple gnolls in a round, ice tombing some of them.
Yeah.
Doing the retributive hex on a couple of them, so when they actually damage Grip, they take damage themselves.
And if I can ever get a group of them again, a cone of cold.
Quarters are pretty tight, but
Okay.
yeah. And Gripper is doing a lot of mayhem. And then by the point, basically, that Gripper would make his way back out to the door that goes inside from the yard, not towards the exit. I can picture Dabwick and Pandora having gotten things organized and people clear of the entanglement upstairs. Everybody can see each other down in the yard. And let's call it another couple of minutes of combat. And you have murdered everybody that ran this place.
Burned the place down.
You have burned the place to the ground in terms of there is nobody living here who once ran it or worked here. And you've got about 35 or so captives who are all now looking to you. What comes next? I think Sergeant Samira down on the first floor, military experience in her background, sort of the leader of folks down there, someone they all look to, would be one of the first ones to poke her head out in the yard in the wake of this stampeding Gripper and look up and around.
I think that I would probably fly down to the bottom and like just walk up to them and then turn my head slightly and pull my scarf down on the back of my neck.
She embraces you.
And I embrace her.
People need to be fed, kept safe. We're going to be moving on.
It's our intention to destroy the corpse orgy.
Just, you see everybody's face go absolutely just shocked. You believe you can do this?
We believe we must try.
If you succeed, then we go out that way? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
All right.
You'll hear from us again.
We'll get everyone organized. We'll stay inside. We'll get everyone tended to. And you will send us notice?
You will hear my voice again.
All right.
But before then, we should make sure that everyone is as healed as we can get them.
Do they have any
And
stuff?
and if they haven't,
like,
if there's
Lighting
any
Lash have
literally
any stuff?
Go through and like pillage this place.
Robert, why don't you do this? Give me a die 20 roll as a measure of how fortunate you were as you went through here. Low is bad.
13.
Okay. All right. Let's leave you with 25 hit points.
Okay.
And how many uses of the feat ability have you used?
I had used only 2 in the fight that we fought, but I was prepared to use another one for blind fight, but I wouldn't have needed to, but I could see...
Let's say you had used 2 more as circumstances changed as you went down, right? Like slightly different situations.
I'll buy that.
Neb,
Neb's down a little more than 20 points.
give me a die 20 roll.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Hey, okay. So staying in Gripper's wake, taking no damage, focusing on debuffs, get rid of a kind of a mid-level spell that you think, sort of a mob scene you might have suddenly had to use. I don't think you would have had to Cone of Cold, but something else that maybe you had to cast.
Ray of Exhaustion.
Perfect. There we go. Against a particularly difficult sub-lieutenant who was taking more than 1 round to mow through. I think Pandora and Deb would be fine. Boy, Bash, your position.
I mean, to give you an idea, my armor class fighting defensively, because there would have been no reason for me, it would have been 30.
Take 3 points of damage from 1 stray arrow that happened to get you at some point.
Love it. How many cartridges would I have gone through? That's more the question for me. How much?
Let's say, so Gripper was killing about half of them. 35.
Okay.
Okay, and then gathering around all of the named NPCs, turning on some detect magic.
Can Neb do some spellcraft checks?
Oh, what's his bonus?
It's going to be good.
26.
Oh, okay,
Love
you're
it.
good. And he has detect magic prepared?
Yes.
Okay, great. Biting Lash had 3 potions of cure serious wounds. Not that she got to use them.
Grip gets 1, I get 1, and
Neb gets...
Okay.
A potion of blur in a gourd.
I'll take it.
Pandora.
Pandora's taking it. Plus 3 mithril chainmail. A +1 returning spear.
We may want to consider leaving some of these for anybody who is slightly more martial to help them or help some of these people escape.
Would you like to do that with this?
Yes.
Great.
Well, we've got other Lieutenant Knolls with falchions and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like anything that's not magical, like we leave for everybody here to arm themselves with, but we may want to give...
Spear is magical.
Yeah, but I'm saying we may want to give anybody who's a cut above a magical weapon, like 1 or 2, to help them get through this. That's all I'm saying.
A belt of physical perfection +2, made of fine camel skin. +2 to strength, dexterity, and constitution.
I'd like to throw my hat in the ring for that one.
I mean, if that doesn't go to grip, like...
What are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Great. Cloak of resistance +1. Ring of protection +1. On the freaky halfling, whose name was Hakur. Potion of cure serious wounds.
Dora.
Great.
A dusty rose prism. Aeon stone. +1 competence bonus to initiative. This is a slotless item that can circle anybody's head, bumps their initiative.
I mean, that again feels
I
like that
would
would go
like that.
great for Pandora.
We're gonna get a whole solar system.
Planets.
You can have more than one.
Planets.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know you could have more than one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Open
yeah,
you-
you can have...
That's fucking
Dusty
boss.
Rose, you say?
Dusty Rose Prism.
Is there a
Matt,
limit
get
to
ready
how many you can
add
have?
The number of things orbiting our head. I don't believe so. We'll look it up.
That would be so cool to have a character who just had like several.
Yeah. Ring of protection
stones.
+2. Gripper's already got one. Nobody else does.
I'm wearing the Van Braces of Defense.
That's +1.
Which is +1.
I'm torn between wanting it and also thinking that it might be really good for Dabs because Dabs.
Because it would go between forms.
Yeah, so I would say it should go to Dabs.
Nice.
Okay, so add a Ring of Protection +1 to the gear to
Great.
sell sheet.
Copy that.
Hakur was wearing, never got to use it, a robe of bones. Appears to be an unremarkable robe, but the character who dons it notices that it is adorned with small embroidered figures representing undead creatures. You can rip off these patches, hurling them onto the ground where they become actual undead creatures. Now, these creatures are not under the control of the wearer of the robe, but can be subsequently commanded, rebuked, turned, or destroyed. So if you've got no way to control them, they could eventually end up attacking you. But you can use this rope to make 2 human skeletons, 2 wolf skeletons, 2 heavy horse skeletons, 2 fast vast goblin zombies, 2 tough human zombies, and 2 plague ogre zombies.
Jeepers.
That sounds interesting.
I was going to say that does seem like that's up
like-
Neb's.
Do you have a robe slot already there?
Chest, shoulders.
Okay.
Love it.
Neb's getting robe of bones.
My shirt is bones.
My shirt is bones. The fighter mercenary, whose name was Kazetz. We never learned much about her either. Another potion of cure serious wounds.
Dabs.
Plus 2 shadow leather armor, which gives a plus 5 competence bonus on stealth checks.
Not better than, I mean, my current armor is a mithril shirt. It's going to give me better armor class, even though that would be cool. Not as cool as not
But
getting
that's a
hit.
bump up for Dabwick, though.
Yeah.
I have +3 leather armor right now.
You do, right. And your stealth check is pretty
My
astronomical.
stealth check is really good.
Okay, it's worth some change. Add it to the pile.
Got it.
Plus 2 scimitar, I'm assuming going to the pile. A belt of mighty constitution plus 2.
Ooh. That's where I wish that I had, I wish that,
Wish I had 2 waists.
yeah.
I wish I was higher waisted.
Does
Who does not currently have a
yeah,
belt
who's not got a
item?
belt?
Neb and Dabwick could take it.
Oh, Dabwick.
Dabwick.
Yeah, let's give it to Debs.
Absolutely. Give you more hit points.
The witch, Nethgear, has 2 potions of cure mod,
I'll take those.
2 scrolls of black tentacles.
I'll take one of those.
Other one to Neb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wand of lightning bolt with 20 charges. So that is something that Neb can use, but also Bash may be able to use it with a
Use magic.
magic device check.
Yeah, but things have to have gone pretty bad for me to be
Putting
doing that in.
your
Yeah.
alchemical torch down.
Yeah. So I'd say right now,
Neb,
Neb is a great place for that to go.
Awesome.
Wand of lightning bolts.
Yep.
How many charges?
20 charges.
Nice.
Some things for the pile, plus 2 dagger, amulet of natural armor plus 1, cloak of resistance plus 2.
Ooh.
I don't think this party has.
Oh,
Goes to Bash.
yes.
Headband of vast intelligence plus 2.
Dabs?
Keyed to sense motive.
I mean,
Or I'm sorry, Neb.
Neb has a headband of mental prowess +2 for intelligence wisdom.
I could absolutely use that.
Yeah, sure.
that would
Yeah.
that would increase. That would give me more
Yep.
Extra
points,
Great.
and
More
extracts, and
knowledge.
everything.
Very good.
All right, that's going to Bash. And it's keyed to sense motive there, Johnny. Another ring of protection plus 1. From the personal guards, a whole bunch of stuff that we will add to the loot list.
That's good because we spent a little bit ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't we spend most of our
Yep.
walking around money?
Yep.
16 potions of cure light. We could just use those to heal everybody up.
Great.
Great. Let's just move on. But among this pile from all the gnolls, in addition to all the master weapons and coinage and stuff that I'll total out for you off air here, there are 8 pairs of daredevil boots. They allow the wearer to gain extra maneuverability while moving through hazardous areas. As a free action, you can click your heels together to get a +5 competence bonus on acrobatics checks made to move through threatened squares or to move through an enemy's spaces without provoking attacks of opportunity for up to 10 rounds per day. The rounds don't need to be consecutive. Furthermore, anytime the wearer of a pair of these boots successfully moves through the space of an enemy without provoking, they gain a +1 bonus on attack rolls against that enemy until the end of their next turn. So there's 8 pairs of those for anybody who wants them.
I mean, I don't.
If you aren't wearing boots,
I'm wearing those cat skin boots that I've had since Briarstone. I feel a little sentimental about them.
Yeah.
But they don't do anything.
Neb doesn't have boots.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have boots. No reason not to take them. That's
Daredevil boots.
Yeah.
Daredevil boots.
Daredevil boots.
All right. Pretty good haul.
Yeah, very good haul. So this would be the end of all of our 10, 11-minute duration buffs
Yep.
to do all of this. So anything that you have that is hours per level would still be going. But by the end of getting this place organized, getting all these bodies looted, and getting the scene under control, right? Let's call it 30 minutes to do all of this. It's a lot of space to cover. It's a lot of bodies to move. It's a lot to go through and check.
But we have a lot of people who can help too
You do, but
for certain things.
as we're trying to just pin exactly which spells do we have, let's call it 30 minutes.
Great.
So the 2-hour ones are still going?
Yep.
Pandora sends a message to Theraval.
Ah,
The fortress has fallen. We're moving on to our next objective.
understood.
So the plan is to right now keep pressing on.
Do we want to take just a few minutes and strap the confabulation plates onto Biting Lash and see if she has any particular information or knowledge about the corpse orgy?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
We could also ask who put the prisoner here.
All good options. How many questions can you ask with it?
Let's see. Confabulation plates.
While Bash is setting that up,
Yeah.
I think Pandora approaches Grip.
Yes.
So how does it feel,
How does what feel?
destroying her?
I didn't know how badly I wanted to fucking do that until I was doing it.
I've been granted an opportunity very few people in this life get. I know because I'm one of them, though I didn't know it until recently.
You were able to accomplish that at a much younger age than I was, though.
But I was more rash. And I took the wrong lesson from it, I think.
Well, I don't know so much about what comes from what lesson, although I think about such things a little more.
You sure do.
But
Do you still meditate?
I have not done that really since I've been off the boat, and I think, I mean, it's easy to make excuses about, okay, well, we've been busy, we've been doing this and that and the other fucking thing. So who has the time? But of course we have the time. But I don't know. I think it reminds me of the boat too much. Finding a place to do it, I don't know. I need a crow's nest, I think, maybe. Or the sound of some fucking water. I don't know. I'm going to think on that, though.
I hope you do. Let me know how it goes.
Right.
It takes a minute, and I can ask 2 questions. But before this happens, I think that in the process of like walking around through this fortress, this pen, Bash he steals himself and then walks into what was his and Grip's old cell.
Oh, right, because they haven't been there yet. Right. Yeah.
And I think he just kind of like has that moment of not being able to believe that he's back in it, and also that thing of not that this is home, but that same thing of like when you're like a teenager in high school and then you go away to college and you come back to your house or your apartment or wherever you were living, you're like, how does this feel so much smaller than it did? Because this was the closest thing he had to like a childhood, like a young teenage. Like this is where he was.
For
Adolescence,
sure, yeah.
was where he was here,
Yeah.
which is so fucked up. Yeah. And I think, he's like feeling the walls, and there's like, of course, the things of like hash marks on the walls,
Yeah.
of like keeping track of days. And then at a certain point, it's obvious that there's just, what was the point of even keeping track of the days anymore?
Yeah.
Like a couple years of that.
Yeah.
And then it just was, it doesn't matter. There's just now.
And there would be no way to see an end to it.
Yeah.
Like not even really understanding why you were there or
Yeah.
how and when it would end. Yeah.
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 And he, just kind of looks around and turns his back on it and walks out.
Does Grip lay eyes on the room?
I think so. I think he follows Bash. He gives him time to have his. But at the tail end, he walks in and just says, "Well, I know why it feels smaller to me."
Head almost brushing the ceiling.
Bash chuckles.
We fucking did it.
Not yet.
Yeah, we did a part of it.
You did most of it.
Ah. Thanks to the fucking juice you pumped me full of.
You like that?
Oh, I'm going to want to do that more often, I think.
I got another one for you.
Of course you do.
The enlarge.
No, not the enlarged, but of the caustic blood. I saved that.
And then we clamp Biting Lash's skull inside the brass plates, wind the key, shove the tube down her corpse's windpipe.
The fleshy tube.
The fleshy tube.
I'm always so proud of us when you describe this kind of thing.
Look what we're doing. We're the heroes.
Science project.
Does this feel satisfying? What does this feel like? Because Bash is doing it, right? These are his plates.
I mean, I think that it's, I think when he does it to someone, like in the past when he's done it to someone who died that we wanted to try to get information from, he was maybe a little gentle. This is very like cold, brutal.
More like doing
efficient.
it to a Vaticus. When you did it to Vaticus.
Yeah, where it's like, in my mind, I have this image of him like sort of grabbing this old woman's big heavy body and just dragging her over, and then like, putting his foot on her head and like cracking it open to like jam this thing down. Just
God.
like,
yeah. Yep.
What are the former prisoners must be like? What do they think when they see that happen?
I guess I had been picturing not doing it in front of
Oh, okay.
them.
Yeah,
oh no.
But tell me if
no.
I'm wrong.
Oh no. I mean, I love that
brother.
idea. I think that there's absolutely a moment somewhere in all this where he chucks the body down into the pit, like down in, like, let it drop all that way down into the center.
Right next to her sister, so
Mhm.
everyone can see both of them who
Yep.
had not yet been up there. Yeah, for sure.
So I think that this happens right out in the open, right in the middle of everything, and there's no secrecy of this. This thing is not deserving of respect or consideration or any kind of. They're undeserving of that.
Yep. Wind the key. Schwamp. The box floats off the ground and begins crushing the skull. Shoves air into Biting Lash's lungs. What do you ask? And in what language?
Speaking Kellish.
Kellish, okay.
What specifically do you know about the corpse orgy?
An entity of terror. Certainly to be feared. And I believe it exists.
Yeah, useless.
Nothing!
What do you know of the circumstances and personages that brought the old lady?
And I describe the prisoner.
One of the finest translators we have ever encountered. Over 20 languages. She was very useful.
But nothing specific about how she got brought there, and she doesn't even know.
As close to, like, who?
Yeah. I in my head, I was wondering if there's a reason, like,
Oh, I know.
people that get put in this cell
Yep.
are specifically from
Yeah.
Wherein or something,
and
or
it's,
like,
so it seems like she was unaware of what she had her hands
Got
on.
it.
Yeah.
got it. And with that, like, he just like, puts his foot back on her head and like yanks the confabulation plates out. I'm assuming that we're like anything that's not magical, we are leaving behind for like
There's a
arms,
whole ton of
weapons,
masterwork
all that stuff.
armor and weapons that you can stock all these folks with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sergeant Samira and anybody else that looks like they know what they're doing,
Get them ready to move. Hold this place.
We will wait for word. And then it's down into the sweatways.
down into the sweatways.
And that's the end of chapter 191. We will pick up underground next week.
She believes it exists, everybody.
Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's Paizo.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. That's Syrinscape.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, J.H., the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration. I got a thing to share.
Share it.
I made a thing.
Share it.
I made a thing.
What is
Show
it?
me
Why don't you share it?
Why won't you
Oh my
share it?
God. Look at your screens and shut your cake holes.
Ooh.